So long form or short form? Because short form was all the rage. And now I feel like it's shifting back to longer form for creators, for brands, for everybody. YouTube seems to be wanting to turn into its own studio, really encouraging a lot of the bigger creators who create like this incredible production quality content. What are you guys seeing in terms of that trend, like short form, long form, both?
It's contracting again back to long form. Just
Yeah,
that's
I
what
agree.
the market is telling us. But I think that because there's a clear division with generations with the way that they consume content. Like we can say that millennials are really the ones that are consuming longer form stuff and have a attention span that can work for that kind of content. Whereas, anyone sort of after that is really focusing on short form. I actually have found that my clients that are part of Gen X or whatever have having a tough time recreating their content so it does better suit longer form. But I would say, and I think that it will always stay this way, because I just think as humans, innately longer form is like what I think will be here to stay indefinitely. It'll just go on different versions. But short form, I think that we saw in the last year, people kind of like got sick of it or getting sick of it. Like it's just too much. So I think long form.
I find a lot of offense to this question because don't make me like literally don't make me pick. I think
you have to pick your favorite child, Tori. Come on. Long form or short form?
I think it all depends on the content and the medium and the vertical. Like I love a quippy short form like comedy thing, right? But then like I am obsessed with Andrew Callahan and what he does on Channel 5, and I will watch every single long form video because I think it's so insightful. And so I think it just depends. And I think that's why it's so important for creators to have a platform agnostic strategy. And you need to like bend your mind into like, how can I take my long form and utilize that for short form? And I think the podcast like clipping strategy of 2024 to 2025 really showcases like you kind of can have your cake and eat it too with the right strategy. But I would agree that I do think as a world, we're seeing the kind of the pendulum swing back to long form. But on that, I would also include like written long form. I would include that this is why Book Talk is crushing. This is why people are loving like Substack. This is why even like you see these like intellectual influencers that I personally love who are doing these deep dives and multi-parts on TikTok, who maybe probably should be doing them more longer form on YouTube, but there's a little bit of a barrier to entry there. So I think it just depends, but I would definitely agree with like there is the pendulum is doing this into like the longer form. And I think a lot of people are doing it out of like retraining themselves a little bit, which I get.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And I think as like that traditional media world sort of enters, or the traditional entertainment world sort of is taking notice, it's almost like they're demanding too longer form. Like, if they're going to license content stuff, they want it to be a little bit longer. And I think that's also influencing it as they're turning their attention to, the digital media space. So I have two more questions. We're going to do a fun lightning round after that because I could talk to you guys for hours, but sadly you do not have hours to give me because you have clients to manage. So this is the personal part of the podcast, and then we'll do the lightning round. So what part of your job is the most emotionally demanding that nobody talks about? And I'll let you guys choose who goes first because that's a tough one.
Which part of our jobs is the most emotionally demanding?
This is a hard one.
Yeah. It's funny because this is the reason I don't do what you guys do.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of like hand holding and day to day. And it's just something my personality is not suited for, but I'm curious, like, cause there is a lot of that. It's a lot of like part therapist, part, strategist.
I mean, what I will say, which is the honest truth, and but I'm a Cancer, so it kind of works for me. And
I'm a Pisces, fellow water sign girl, water sign.
Every part, right? Because this is someone's livelihood. Because this is there's emotion attached to someone being able to have a roof over their head and to be able to eat and to be able to help their family. And so that's subconsciously always on my mind, no matter what I'm doing. So honestly, like without it sounding bad, because this is the job, every part.
I would say the it's hard to pick like one thing, right? Because you're in, I mean, I'll speak for myself on this. Like when I sign a client, I'm like so deeply committed to it. I want to see everything through. I want to be there. But I think the single hardest part of it, and I think a lot of us would agree that this is also kind of something that's just like pervasive in culture right now, even outside of this job, is it is such a roller coaster of like the highs are such the most otherworldly, incredible feelings of being able to walk this journey with your clients, but the lows, even on the personal side that some of our clients deal with that their fan base may never know, is also just as challenging. And we're really in that with them, like from, you know, family losses to just like anything you could think of. Like I've had clients who I've had to have really hard conversations and like put them in rehab, right? Like it's really, really, really hard. And because I am such a committer, that takes a toll on me, but it's also my job to then go do what I need to do for my own mental health so that I can be better for them. But my superpower ever since I kind of like started in this industry back when I was on tour was always to like, for some reason I can like always just kind of be like a calm. And I remember my old boss at CAA, Peter Jacobs, would always be like, would call my boss and be like, how is she not like fuming over this? And he's like, oh no, she is. She's just not doing it.
She's fuming on the inside.
Yeah. He's like, oh no, once she hung up, she's like cursing like a storm. Like this is a horrible situation or whatever. Right. But I always want to make people feel like things are always going to be okay. And that's a superpower that's really hard to manage, but one that I'm very grateful for, because I want to make people feel like okay and comforted. And maybe it's the pre, you know, maybe it's the hopes of a matriarchy in my own mind, but I think we could all use a little nurturing. And I think sometimes the talent really appreciate that when we're in it. We're in it with you guys. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, dude, listen, I can admit this is why I don't do what you guys do, because I love my clients, but I don't have that kind of personal day-to-day relationship with them that you guys do. Like you are in the trenches, you know, everything that's happening in their lives outside of even the content creation. So good for you guys, because it takes a certain type of personality for sure.